Yo, they say Bangladesh is the most toxic country in the world. I don't know. I beg to differ, but let's see. Let's see what they have in store for us. You can never. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know what they have.
Bangladesh, the most polluted country in the world. It has the worst air quality globally. Breathing in these particles can reduce the life expectancy of its inhabitants by up to 7 years. Every day, 350 tons of garbage are dumped into its rivers, and drinking the water is like consuming poison due to its high levels of chemicals and arsenic. The noise in the cities is so extreme that many people suffer from permanent hearing loss. The meat consumed here absorbs all the metals in the air, becoming a source of diseases for humans. What you're looking at right now was once a river.
Wait a minute. They eat metal on their meat. Ugh. And it's normal for them. Shit.
Today, we're going to witness the damage that humans can cause to the planet in the most toxic and polluted country on Earth.
I always say humans are the most dangerous species in the entire world. Than the most dangerous animals, we could say they're dangerous. And I always stand on it. Like, humans are the most dangerous species than the most dangerous animal species. We could say they're dangerous. They are dangerous to us, but we are dangerous to the whole entire earth. You get it? Those animals are just dangerous on the, what is it? On that environment they live in. If a shark is dangerous in the sea only, a leopard is dangerous in the wild only. A leopard can't be dangerous in the sea. But us, we are dangerous in the entire world. Like, name it, we are there. We're gonna kill, we're gonna destroy, we're gonna make a mess. Like Bangladesh. That's a bar.
We are in Bangladesh, specifically in Dhaka, the most densely
Dhaka.
populated city on the planet, with areas that can have up to 150,000 inhabitants in 1 square kilometer. I must say, I visited many polluted places around the world, such as India or Lahore, which is considered the most polluted city in Pakistan.
Wait a minute. That's meat. That is meat. Or what? Is that meat?
City in Pakistan. But I have never seen anything like this.
Is that meat?
Here, the entire country is contaminated. The most shocking anything considered the most polluted
Is this meat? Hell nah.
city in Pakistan. But I have never seen anything like this. Here, the entire country is contaminated. The most shocking part is that what is visible to the naked eye is not the most dangerous. The garbage is actually the least of the problems. The real crisis is the toxic chemicals in the water and the particles in the air. What's in the air? Breathing in the city, you can feel something dense entering through your nose, and it's the mixture of smoke, coal that's in the air from heavy metals, dust, and all the pollution. Here are the highest levels of air pollution in the world. They are 15 times worse than those recommended by the World Health Organization. It is estimated that breathing for 1 day in this city is equivalent to smoking about 25 cigarettes. Places like these, there are no precise studies,
25
but it could be
cigarettes a day.
equivalent
Some
to
people
40
smoke like
or 50
30.
cigarettes. Seriously, your nose starts to hurt from how dense the air is. I want to see if you yourselves can appreciate in the distance something that looks like mist, which can no longer be clearly seen at the very end. That is the smoke mixed with dust and everything that I'm talking about. That's what we are breathing right now. The particles in the air are 30 times finer than a human hair and are loaded with heavy metals such as arsenic, lead, mercury, cadmium, and more. The old, poorly maintained engines running in the city also contribute to the pollution, emitting hydrocarbons, black carbon, sulfur dioxide, and other pollutants. These particles penetrate the lungs and enter the bloodstream, causing respiratory, cardiovascular, and even cancer diseases. Studies indicate that the inhabitants of
Wait, so like if you live in Bangladesh or like you're gonna visit Bangladesh, you gotta go there with a respirator, like walking around with a respirator. Cause what the hell? Damn, bro.
Dhaka live on average 7 years less due to pollution. Brick factories are one of the main causes of air pollution in Dhaka. It is estimated that 7,000 brick factories across all of Bangladesh produce 23 billion bricks. And to prevent the authorities from interfering, it is said that they bribe them to avoid any type of regulation. As a result,
What do they do with all these bricks? Are they always building? That's a lot, though.
these massive kilns burn wood, coal, and other fuels to produce bricks. And as you can see, everything goes directly into the air without any type of filter. They
Yeah.
are responsible for roughly 60% of the air pollution in Dhaka.
Ugh, stupid
Need to
ass.
run Windows on.
But that is crazy. That is wild. Like, they even bribe the police to like do environmental pollution, and the police are just chilling. They're like, I will take the money. I will take the money.
This also affects the food people consume. Meat sold in open-air markets absorbs all the particles in the air. Vendors wash the meat with water contaminated with arsenic and other chemicals. Additionally, the lack of refrigeration encourages the growth of bacteria like salmonella, while flies deposit bacteria and parasites.
Bro, look at all these flies, dog. Look. Ah! Look at all these flies, dog. Ain't no way. Oh, man. No, bro. And then they just wash it with the water that's mixed up with mercury and all these metal flakes, and it's just normal. You just eat. Eat.
The high temperatures make the meat spoil quickly, generating toxins. This leads to food poisoning and severe gastrointestinal infections in people. I have never seen anything like this in my life.
Bro, like my stomach got turned like just watching these things at this moment. Like, shit.
The butcher shop is an entire meat market right next to the train tracks and in the middle of traffic, practically in the heart of the city. Unbelievable. Here is the butcher shop, here is the market, and right in front of it are the metal bars that separate it from the train tracks.
And there's a train.
People on top of the train. And here is something I hadn't seen. There are people who don't move when the train passes, who are working in the middle of the track. This can't be. Look, I can almost touch it. Once the train passes, everything goes back to normal, and those who can't get a space off the tracks, they are installed on the tracks. There are people on the train tracks doing business, and they don't even move when the train passes. One of the biggest problems that has occurred
Imagine
is
the train comes and
contamination
then
of
you
drinking
trip.
water, not the river, the drinking water.
Or you get stuck.
Piped water. It turns out that in the 1970s and 80s, they drilled hundreds of thousands of wells to avoid surface contamination. So, they dug wells and realized much later that approximately 20% of all the wells were contaminated with arsenic, a mineral that affects the nervous system, causes skin cancer, lung diseases, and so on. What was initially done with the intention
Look at Unc in the back. Look at Unc in the back. He's like, hey, what is this guy talking about? He probably knows what he's talking about. He's just, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, man. Yeah.
in cancer, lung diseases, and so on. What was initially done with the intention of improving people's quality of life ended up killing thousands. And it is said that even now, some few people have no option but to continue using these wells.
Yeah.
This is considered the greatest mass poisoning of all time. The problem with the water is so severe that I'm finding that not even the local people drink water from the tap, unlike in other countries where, when the water is contaminated, the body gets used to it and they can keep drinking. I'm told that very few people do, practically only the poorest. They are the ones who have to adapt to taking that poison, which the government takes from the water tap. They filter it, remove the arsenic, the chemicals, and sell it like this. This costs 30 takas, which is about 25 cents of a dollar, around 110 colognes. 18 liters that can even be found on the street. This is how people access better water. If one day you ever feel completely, really tangled up, stuck, not knowing how to get into the work, remember this man fixing it. The city's telephone lines. One of the main causes of the extreme pollution in this country is that it has one of the main
This is the IT specialist. There's no way, bro. These people are just living, dog. Like, they're just living. Like, they actually just living for the sake of living. I'm not saying they shouldn't live, but this is, whoa. This is crazy.
causes of the extreme pollution in this country is that it has one of the worst sewer systems in the world. Between 80 and 90% of all waste falls directly into the river without any treatment.
Yo.
And it is estimated that every day in the rivers of Dhaka, 350 tons of toxic waste. Here we are seeing all the sewage of the city fall, all the fecal waste, the feces, urine, and medical waste produced by 20 million inhabitants fall directly into the river without any.
So their poop goes into the drain and it goes straight to the sewage drain. Medical waste, everything, just you can imagine. Probably also the meat waste goes through the drain. I think it goes. It's a matter of fact, I say it goes through it. Damn, Bangladesh. What?
Treatment, and yet this is not the worst. Bangladesh is the second largest textile industry in the whole planet. Dhaka is a giant textile factory, and all the chemicals, surfactants, detergents, dyes, and metals they use like lead or chromium all go into the river without treatment. We are in
Damn.
what is supposed to be the cleanest area of all Dhaka, the modern part, where the rich people live, which is said to be a bit more satiated, and where the government cleans more, because there are embassies and companies. And even so, see how we can find a park. And the most striking thing is that if we
Bro,
approach this
that's a
pond,
park?
which is the largest in all of Southeast Asia, in the past, it was used for a king that lived here to bathe his elephants. We see how pipes coming from factories in the city fall here, releasing tubes that land here, and see the reactions that chemicals cause as they mix in the water. Bubbles are coming out of the pond. Maybe you, like me, wonder if there is garbage collection in this city, if the government does anything to clean the
Yeah,
city.
don't they collect the
And
garbage?
yes, it exists. We just saw those responsible for collecting this, for cleaning the city. But it turns out that the culture,
Come on,
responsible for collecting this, for
check
cleaning
this. They call these people the garbage collectors. They're not even wearing gloves to start with, to say they are cleaners. They're not even wearing safety protective equipment. They're not even wearing dust masks, let alone goggles. Like she's just wearing flip flops. She doesn't even have gloves. It's normal. And then they say they're gonna collect garbage. God damn. This is crazy.
City. But it turns out that the culture, the habit of throwing trash on the street, is so ingrained in people here that it is impossible to clean it all up. This is just from today. This is only from what has happened today. And here, you can find, I saw a cow's leg. I saw meat that was just thrown out. So that spreads viruses and germs. And also, there are people living in these holes we see behind here. Just now, I saw people coming out who live next to one of the thousands or millions of landfills in the city. The smell emanating from them is unbearable. It makes you want to vomit just walking by here. We can see in very small businesses, like these little kiosks behind, that there is always trash in front from what people buy. Anyone who buys a bag of bread or some snack eats it and immediately throws it on the ground. It's part of the culture.
What the
All the trash that comes from these small shopping centers is simply thrown here in the ditch. People take it out of their place, so it doesn't bother them there, and just throw it in the ditch. It's normal to find the ditches completely covered in the city of so much garbage, but it's okay. Life goes on as normal. Even here alongside, there are sales of fruits, food, and all kinds of products. It's okay. I can't believe that the most sensitive area, the one they should take the most care of, is the worst I've seen of. In fact, it is the largest garbage dump we have found in the city. The riverbank. It doesn't make sense what we are seeing here. This is what...
Who's the president of this place? Bangladesh. Like, who's the president of this place? And how is he just chilling, relaxing, enjoying the presidency? What do they call them? The prime minister. How are they just chilling while the citizens act like they don't have a leader? Like, this is the type of behavior when, like, this is apocalypse behavior. Like, this is apocalypse behavior. No kizzy, no cap. What the fuck?
The canal in the middle of the city looks like. In fact, they don't stop dumping more garbage. It's already just like a public dump. Everything you see here is trash.
Wait, this is supposed to be a river. This is supposed to be a river. But it's a trash river. Currently.
Covering what was once a river. And we notice it because right at the very end, there is still a little water running towards the Buriganga River. The most important in Bangladesh. The rivers are just like dumps. People come up and throw away whatever trash they have to dispose of.
He's trying to throw some things.
In these kinds of...
We caught him. He was trying to throw. He's trying to throw it at the bottom.
People come up and throw away whatever...
Hey brother, you caught me. Are you taking video? We caught him. Brother, you're taking video. You're trying to take me video. Why are you taking me video? I'm trying to throw this thing at the bottom. Brother, why you throwing that thing at the bottom? You should put it in your pocket and just go with it. Clean your place, brother. This is very unhealthy. God damn, bro.
Trash they have to dispose of. In these kinds of videos, I don't like to exaggerate. I like to tell you the reality of what I'm seeing. There are areas here in Bangladesh where not even a mask can filter the amount of smoke and things in the air.
Yeah.
And there are areas like this one where my eyes are watering. I can't even see well because of the number of particles in the air.
Introducing the...
Bro. The particles are sick. They fucked up his eyes. Like, this is wrong, bro. How these people are just living and just enjoying.
Particles in the air. This is one of the most affected by pollution in Bangladesh. What we are seeing is not a channel nor a pipe. This completely black water you see here is the Buriganga River, the most important river in the whole country. He
Well,
is
it's supposed
already
to be
biologically
important.
dead. It is one of the most polluted in the entire planet.
Wait,
We
it
are going
says
to be
what?
biologically dead. It is one of the most polluted in the entire planet. We are going to take a boat to navigate it. Even the traffic on the water is crazy. Look at
Why is
this
the water
ferry
so
moving
black?
alongside us without any
It's
kind
because
of
of all the
control.
dirt.
This other one, and we are going to move it forward. I don't know if we are going to stop or not. This is one of the most important ports in the south of Asia. So there are hundreds of ferries that when they stop, they throw all their garbage into the river. They don't even care. For putting it somewhere else. And also, I don't know if you can see what they were telling you because of the sun's reflections, but the water is completely black. It's because the river is biologically dead. That means there is no life here, no fish.
No life.
Many years ago, fishermen lived off the fish they caught here. But now, look at this. It's all pollution. Maybe there are some microorganisms around, but
Yeah,
nothing that could
deadly
feed those
ones.
who lived off the river. All the
Deadly
fecal
ones.
waste that reaches the pipes, the sewers, or the city's large canals ends up here. Everything ends up falling here. Chemicals from all untreated factories. This is what they have left. We are discovering that there are people living on the boats. It is a means of work and the only space in the city they have to live. So they live their lives here, bathe in this water, which is the only have to live.
Look at Ankh.
So they live.
Look at Ankh. Ankh is just these pinks. Come on, man. This can't be worse. This can't get any worse, dog. Ain't no way.
Their lives here, bathe in this
Look
water,
at Ankh.
which is the only one they have access to, and relieve themselves. All here in the river. In the
They probably shit in that river. Like, they probably just shit straight into that river. With no hesitation, with no fear or like no care. Cause what the hell?
city, apart from all the pollution we have seen, there is a type of pollution. What is invisible pollution? You might already be hearing it. It's pollution. Acoustics. Noise levels so high that they cause progressive and irreversible damage to the ears, and also keep people at high stress levels. And that can also make them react aggressively in everyday situations. For this reason, street ear cleaners exist. And they have a lot of work.
What the
partly
hell? Street ear cleaners. What the? So they have people whom they call professional street ear cleaners. They clean your ears because of the streets are loud. I think I should go to Pretoria. I think I should go to Pretoria and start doing my street ear cleaning business. Cause wow, this could be sick.
because people think they have earwax, but actually they are hard of hearing. Something very curious and striking.
And look
is
at
that actually
brother.
They are hard
Brother
of
is
hearing.
tired.
Something
Brother is tired from all the noise that is happening. Brother, he wants to just sleep and just be at peace with his ears. Brother, you are in a very, 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 very noisy place, brother. Oh, brother.
very curious and striking is that at first glance, it seems that it no longer affects them. It's like they've already adapted
Bro,
to
does this guy actually want to pass with his bike? What?
pollution. Very few people, like him, can be seen wearing masks, showing they care a little because of what happens. However, it is estimated that about 270,000 people die each year in Bangladesh due to pollution. And almost 50% are children who are the most affected.
Maravastat.
Well, my friends, finally, with this sunset,
Look at all the cable. Look at all the cabling here. Just look at all the cabling here. Would you think these cables work?
well, my
I don't
friends,
know.
finally, with this sunset, truly spectacular on the Buriganga River. Despite the conditions it's in, it's still beautiful to see the sun set from a little boat, calmly sailing on the river. Tell me what you thought of this video. For me, very shocking. Never in my
Hey man, look. Them bungies are just wildin'. And them bungies are just wildin', bro. Ain't no way. Them bungies are just wildin'. God damn, bro. Like, how could you live in such conditions and not even 10% of the people that are living there are concerned to say we must clean this place of ours and make it conducive for everyone and for ourselves mostly. No, they don't care. They just living. But hey, it is what it is. Some people don't see dirt, they see life. Some people see dirt, they see death. Peace out. This your boy Black Boy G. On to the next one. Let's go. Peace.